What's the first word that comes to mind when you see someone with tattoos?
Art.
Buff, like yoke. Really a feeling of expression.
Creative. Violence.
Negative.
Over the past few decades, tattoo perceptions and their appearance in the public eye have gradually shifted. More and more people are becoming tolerant toward the imagery of tattoo culture. Roughly about 3 out of 10 Americans have at least one tattoo, up from about 2 out of 10 Americans from just 4 years ago. But there are still others who share an opinion that tattoos are associated with gang violence and criminal activity. This correlation is more common among the older generation.
All my cousins, they never had like a parental or a father figure, and so sadly they got involved in drugs and in the gangs at a very young age, and that's why I have that concept. Doesn't mean that everybody is violent.
This relationship is a well-known stigma that has formed negative perceptions, but one man in particular shared a different concern with the rise of tattoo culture.
I think it hurts their opportunities in employment because so many people have negative thoughts about people that wear tattoos. My daughter has one, a couple. My grandson has a whole bunch. But they keep them in a place where they can always be covered up very easily, which is good. So if you're going to have them, remember that. And remember that you're going to have them for a lifetime. It hurts to have them removed. A lot of people just won't give you jobs if you have them all visible.
Yeah.
And you already know that.
Especially in the medical field.
Yeah, especially. Yeah. Maybe things will change then. The worst thing can happen, tattoos will go away as a fad or whatever, and the people will be stuck with their tattoos. And like I said, it hurts a lot to have them removed, especially a lot of them, the big ones.
It's clear that the social stigma of tattoos is still very much existent. There's no denying that there is a negative relationship between tattoos and societal prejudices. But is this issue really apparent? Jimmy Bertram is a well-experienced and talented tattoo artist who witnessed firsthand how tattoos have played a role in the public's perception and how it has changed over the years.
Actually, this month is my birthday in tattooing. And so,
Congratulations.
on the 15th, it'll be 27 years I've been tattooing. I started out in my garage. So, but that was a long time ago, and there was only probably 4 tattoo studios open in the entire area, from Lancaster all the way through to here. Once you get bit by the tattoo bug, man, it just doesn't go away. And for some people, you're just supposed to do it. You know, like it's not a choice. If I stop tattooing, I crave it a lot. So I can't really take too long of a break before I really want to do another tattoo. When I first started tattooing in town, there were a handful of people that were heavily tattooed. There were only about 13 heavily tattooed people in this whole area, so we knew each other, you know? And all the tattooers knew each other. And it was a very small deal, you know? So like when we would get together, you could see the concern in people's faces when we walk in a restaurant, you know? And now, it's, you can go on any Target and see 25 sets of sleeves and a couple of back pieces, and you know what I mean? And before you couldn't see that. So it's becoming more relaxed because there's more people that are tattooed. So like, they're seeing that it's not something that is only for, you know, villains and prostitutes and pirates and shit. Us actually tattooing more people, the way we presented it at the beginning, and then as it got bigger and bigger, of course, we would have shows in other cities, and then from there it went to mainstream television. The television industry definitely has something to do with it. The level of the work also has something to do with it. I think there was definitely a correlation between criminal activity and tattooing in the past. But, I mean, you got a sheriff sitting right there getting tattooed. Right? You know what I mean? We tattoo law enforcement, district attorneys, so I think that stigma is definitely like fading. I don't think that it holds I don't think it holds a position it did 20, 30, 40 years ago, You guys look at it like this. You choose to wear a t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
That t-shirt doesn't have anything to do with anything except for it's a t-shirt until you put your logo or your brand on it or your color on it or you put your idea into it or what it is. So this gentleman right here, he's not in the gang, he's getting a tattoo, Those guys get their tattoos for their reasons and they put their brand into it and their intent into it and that intent becomes associated with their activities. You hear about those activities because they're horrible activities. Yeah. You don't hear about the people that are tattooed that are doing good in the world anymore because, well, people don't like to report on good things because why do that? That doesn't sell. So that's where it holds that stigma. I don't think that tattooing has anything to do with any more to do with being a criminal than it has to do with being anybody else.
Like Jimmy Bertram, many others believe that tattoos doesn't truly define an individual's personality. The actions humans commit are separate from tattoos themselves. The social stigma of tattoos is gradually fading, and more people are accepting the public appearance of tattoos. But the intent on why people obtain tattoos can vary depending on the person.
I think they're becoming more mainstream and people are understanding that it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't label anybody.
My grandma, she doesn't like tattoos at all. But I know my cousin, he got a tattoo of like something like religious or something good instead of like a bad tattoo, I guess. So she got, more, I guess, used to that.
They would probably look at them different. But I mean, I know I have buddies that want to get tattoos. I mean, I wouldn't judge the person because they have tattoos.
If you look back, like maybe 20, 30 years, maybe I don't think tattoos were as popular. I think now, I think the trend is it's funny to me because it's like, to be different, you get a tattoo or something. But like getting a tattoo is really being like everyone else. Because I feel like it's more common today to get a tattoo,
Like 95% of the people I know have tattoos. It used to be more tribal or representing if somebody passed away or they had higher meaning then, whereas now I think people are just getting it because it's a trend.
Most people that have tattoos, most of them have special meaning to them, so they tell a story. And I think I like tattoos personally. As long as they're in good taste and they make sense to the person, I think they're nice.
I know so many people that have tattoos. Even my thinking has got a little more mellow towards tattoos over the years.
Tattoos still have a ways to go before they reach their full acceptance. But one thing's for certain, the shift of tattoo perception will continue to progress, and labeling based on our outer appearances will continue to fade.
Do you have any more? Oh, I can't really. Just take off your shirt, no one cares. Alright.
Or if you want to look at the camera and just smile real quick, and then it's on you.
Alright. I'm just kidding.
Alright. You sure?
Do I just like pull it down or like?
Just pull it down and I'll just like record it.
Okay.
Any last statements you'd like to say to the camera?
Yeah, come get tattoos.